Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. And I have a fun and somewhat relaxing video for you guys today. And it happens to be a collaboration with my girl here on YouTube, Audra At Home. Definitely go check Audra's channel out. She is hilarious. She is, like she says, frenetic. She's full of energy and she is just this bubbling ball of positivity, and I absolutely love her. I love watching her videos, like her commentary videos. Love them. She also has been doing a ton of live streams, which I try to catch live, but I also catch them on the replay. So definitely go out and check out Audra. So she suggested to me after our last collab video, I will link that over here as well. So she said, hey, do you want to do another collab video? And I'm like, tell me more. Of course I do. What are you thinking? And she said, you know, I want to talk about the makeup that made me feel prettiest this year. And I'm like, that is such a beautiful idea. It's so fun and so relaxing, and at the same time I can share with you some great products that I discovered this year. So it's like win-win. I am in. Did I just rhyme? Excuse me, I've been collecting trophies and certificates these past few videos. I now want my rhyming certificate, okay, because look at what I just did, okay? I am so proud of myself. Anyway, so this video is gonna be a relaxing half get ready with me video because I did some of the makeup already off screen. Those are products that I don't need to share with you because yeah, they make me feel pretty, but the products and the steps that I am showing in this actual video are the ones that have made me feel the prettiest. And I've discovered some items that I never thought in my lifetime I would ever fall in love with, and I really truly fell in love. I fell hard. So if you want to see the products that made me feel the prettiest this year, then stay tuned and I will talk to you soon. Alright guys, so I am starting off with a clean face, but this is not gonna be a full get ready with me video because I want to focus on the products that have made me feel the prettiest, as I mentioned in the introduction. And a few of the steps we can skip because those are just regular steps that I do anyway, like filling in my eyebrows. I always do that. It's just a part of my routine. And I also applied some eyeshadow this time around. I'm gonna skip this step because I already did a video, I will link it over here, where I showcased a very simple soft glam look where I did the same technique for this eyeshadow as I did today. I just slapped on concealer that is my skin tone along with a beige shade that's a shade or two lighter than my skin tone, and then I used a gradient of 2 or 3 eyeshadows in the outer V to give me a subtle sculpted eye, but one that is not too exaggerated because that's what makes me feel the prettiest. And I didn't want to repeat that look because I literally just did it, so definitely check out that video if you want to see how I accomplished this eye. Now there are a few steps to that eye look, but it's pretty basic. Just blend out a soft brown in the outer V, and I choose to layer it to give me more dimension, but you can just use 2 shades and you're done, right? Now the next step for me is one that I wanted to include in this video, and that's an essence. For me, it's been the year of essences. There are tons of essences on the market these days, but the best ones I've found are Japanese or Korean, and you can get them on Yes Style. I have a code, I will link it down below, and I've also picked up a few things from Stylevana, but you'll find products in Sephora as well, which is where I picked this up. This is from Innisfree, and it is their Firmin Energy Essence with fermented soybean. I love this, and I have tons that I love, so this is not the only one. Fenty has one as well, so it's their Fat Water. This came out with the skincare line this year. Essence is pretty much an enriched watery product, so it's gonna feel like a toner because it's very lightweight, it's water based, so it absorbs into the skin so easily, so quickly, and it leaves my skin feeling hydrated but not overly so. So I don't feel too greasy at all, and I have oily skin, so I try to avoid that, but I still want my skin to look nice and hydrated and plump. And I find these essences or any like water-based moisturizers, like gel-based moisturizers, are ideal for my skin. And once it absorbs, like, look at that glow that it leaves behind. and it's not a shiny glow. It's really my skin being plump and ready for whatever I'm gonna apply over it. And I love that. What I'll do if I'm running out for the day and I don't feel like putting on makeup, I will simply apply my essence and allow it to sink in, and you can apply a couple of layers so your skin will look plump and hydrated. And that's it. I'm on my way. And that's enough for me because my skin looks healthy and fresh. So that is the first step that makes me feel my prettiest. I will show you some other ones that I have in my collection as well. So I have this one from Hada Labo. It's the Premium Hydrating Lotion. This is really inexpensive on YesStyle. YesStyle takes a bit to ship, so you have to wait a while. But this is so good. The Hada Labo essences that I've been trying have been really excellent. And then this one is one that is available on Sephora, but it's pricier if you buy it on Sephora. You can get it on Stylevana, YesStyle, and I believe on Amazon as well. So this is from Laneige, and it's the Cream Skin Refiner. This one looks a lot milkier than the other ones that are almost just like a clear liquid. I also have another one from Hada Labo. This is the Hydrating Milk. So this is a little bit thicker than just the essence waters, but it still gives the same effect to the skin. So essences are my go-to for just luscious looking juicy. Look at how juicy my skin looks. Come on now. Right? Alright, now my next step will be foundation, but this isn't a step that necessarily makes me feel prettier. It's just a step to cover up some imperfections and even out my skin tone, but I don't rely on it to feel pretty because I can just go outside barefaced. Like I said, I have my essence on and I'm out the door. I don't mind my natural skin peeking through. So when I do foundation, I tend to do a very light layer because I want that really hydrated skin to shine through. And so this step, while I'm doing it for you now, is not one that I consider necessary to make me feel pretty or one that I need to show you products that I prefer. I think any foundation that you're happy with is gonna make you feel pretty. So regardless of what the formulation is, what the finish is, if you're happy with it, then it's gonna make you feel pretty. Now, even though I said all that about foundation, I'm going in with a product that makes me feel pretty once I have foundation on. So if I have foundation on and my skin looks very perfected, my under eyes will appear a little bit dark. So I want to go in with a concealer, and the one that I've been enjoying is from Fenty. It's the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. The shade I've been using is 385. I don't know what it is, but I fell in love with this concealer this year. And did I pick it up this year or last year? I forget, but I didn't expect a lot from this concealer. Even when I initially tried it, I don't remember loving it too much. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh yeah, it's so awesome. But over time, I've been using it and really loving the finish under my eyes. It looks so flawless, but not heavy, so it doesn't look like, oh my god, she's wearing so much makeup. So even if I have a light layer of foundation on that isn't heavy coverage, this concealer doesn't then add coverage and make it look like two different levels of coverage on my face. You know what I mean? So if you wear like a lightweight foundation and then you apply a heavy duty full coverage concealer, what's gonna happen is that under your eyes, it's gonna look porcelain and flawless, and then the rest of your skin is gonna look just normal, like having a little bit of your natural skin shine through, and then under your eyes are blanked out. Like, that's not the look I'm going for. I want a concealer that's still gonna give me coverage like it did right now without weighing down my skin and showing that, oh yeah, she has concealer under her eyes, you know? It just lifts the under eyes. Now the next product, oh my god, that I have fallen in love with is this cream bronzer from Soul Body, which is an offshoot of ColourPop, so you can find it on the ColourPop website. It's the Face and Body Bronze and Balm, and I have the shade Dark. I've fallen in love with this. So my next pretty item would be bronzer. I've really been loving bronzer, but specifically I fell even more deeply in love with bronzing once I got this bronzing cream. I didn't expect much from it, if I'm honest. I'm just like, okay, it's a bronzing cream, fine. But it looks so beautiful on the skin. and I just blend it in with a foundation brush. So this is my preferred one. This is the full coverage foundation brush from Smashbox. And what I do is I apply it to my hairline, to my temple area, and I bring it down to warm up my skin and bring some life to my skin after applying foundation and all that, right? So I'm giving myself some dimension. And bronzer I've been loving all year, so it's nothing new, and that would be a product that I mentioned that makes me feel pretty. But this one specifically I wanted to mention because it looks so good on the skin, and it doesn't take away from the foundation. Like, it doesn't mattify it. It still gives me this fresh look. It's almost glowy but not glowy at the same time because I have oily skin, so I don't really want to glow, but I still want to, you know, look healthy. It just gives me color like a little bit but not too much at the same time. So I will say this is one of the products that I've been living for. Like, look at this. It still looks like skin. It doesn't look harsh. It just melts into my skin and I love it. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with powder, and the one I have been loving is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation Powder. Is it a foundation? No, Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. Ooh, I need to probably try to repress this. It is down to the pan and it is breaking up now. Yeah, I'm gonna repress this. I have a little bit left, right? I can repress that. Now I'm gonna go in with another product that makes me feel so pretty. This is from Pat McGrath. It is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I have the shade Deep, which I think is the darkest shade, which is not saying much, right? But I have been loving this powder under my eyes. The thing about this concealer is it does crease, so you do have to set under your eyes. So I've been using this powder, and it really just blurs without, again, looking heavy or cakey, and it sets that concealer down, and it looks really pretty. Again, it's not cakey or anything, very lightweight. So I would say that is another product that I have been loving, and it makes my skin look flawless and pretty without looking caked on. Now we're gonna move on to another product that, if you'd asked me last year if this would be one of my favorite things, it would make me feel pretty, I'd be like, who are you talking to? Me? No, absolutely not. But I have been loving these types of products. So not just this specific one, but these types of products. So this is a cream blush. This one is from Winky Lux, and it is one of their rose blushes, and this is in the shade Crown. I have a couple from Fenty. Rare Beauty also has some liquid blushes, and that's what started me on the cream blush journey, actually. The Rare Beauty liquid blushes. When I tried that out, I was like, these are so pretty. They sink into my skin. So the thing about the Rare Beauty blushes is that they're water light, so they just sink into the skin and they melt into my skin. I know some people say they're too pigmented, and they can be. You just have to know how to apply them. But since I tried them out, I've been more open to trying cream products. And I've gotten some of the Fenty cream blushes, which are beautiful. Like, look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? It just looks pretty, and I love it. The Fenty ones are also very beautiful, but they have different colors in them. This one in particular from Winky Lux is just a really natural looking color. Isn't that stunning? I love this. And I want to show you guys another one that I fell in love with. I think actually this is my first love. This is from Patrick Ta. It's a double take cream and powder blush in the shade Do We Know Her. So when I first got this, I was like, is that gonna work for me? Now the way Patrick Ta kind of recommends how to use this is to layer the cream on top of the powder, and I'm like, are we gonna do that? No, we're not. I don't like that. No. So the way I do it instead is the way that I think is most intuitive, which is to layer the powder on top of the cream. Because you put a cream, you kind of set it with the powder. Here's the thing, it works beautifully that way. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the cream side. The cream side is very beautiful. So in addition to the Winky Lux shade, this is also a very gorgeous shade. but I didn't want to go in just full force with this because I'm wearing a very light look. This one I'll use if I want more punch, like I want a punch of color. You can see I don't go in with this full on if I'm just wearing a subtle blush. For that, I would use the Winky Lux one, which is why I wanted to show you that. So I'm grabbing the powder side, and there's a little plastic lid that you can put over the cream to protect it, and I'm just gonna dab that on top of the cream. And this will pick up color so beautifully without making it matte. It gives this beautiful glow to the skin that I've been seeing, like in person I'm seeing it, and then when I'm editing my videos I see it too, and I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks so pretty and healthy. It looks so glowy and dewy without me doing anything, without me having to apply highlighter. And I absolutely love that. Like, look at this right now. I have a little pimple thing going on. Ooh, that light is bright. So you see how my skin just looks glowy, right? It looks moist without having to put a highlighter on or without having a dewy look to my skin. It just looks pretty, and I really, really love that. So cream blushes just overall have really made me feel so pretty this year, and I never thought in 1,000 years that I would be the person telling you that. Absolutely not. Alright, so we have that on. I'm going to go in with a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes just quickly because I forgot to do that. And I usually do that after concealer anyway, so I wouldn't have done it to prep for this video. I did apply mascara to my upper lashes, and I'm going to go in with some false eyelashes. And I love my natural lashes by themselves, but when I really want a va-va-voom, I want something extra, I will go in with false eyelashes. And the ones I've been loving are from Eylure. These are their Luxe Cashmere Lashes, and I fell in love with these lashes. I tried them on a whim, and I absolutely love them. They're not too pricey. You can get them on a sale at Ulta. You can use coupons, and they're so beautiful. They're so soft. The style I have right now is number 6. And I just love how they look. This is a simple style, very lightweight, very beautiful and flattering without being heavy, but it's gonna give me that va-va-voom. So these lashes have definitely helped me to feel oh so pretty, oh so pretty. I'm doing too much, but these lashes have definitely helped me to feel really pretty. So with lashes like these, what I'll do is grab them. So I clipped off about 2 bundles just to make them shorter, make them fit my eyes, and then I'll wrap them around my finger just to make sure they're pliable, they get a little curve to them before I apply them to my eyelids. So you just wrap them around your finger to get the shape, and then you remove them, and then you can apply your glue. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply these lashes. And I just love the style of these lashes. They're flared at the outer edges, so it gives that lifted cat eye look. And I think it really flatters my eye shape. And like I said, I really love these lashes because they're soft. The band is a little stiffer, but it applies really well, and it just sits on the eyes really beautifully. And here you have them from a distance. Don't they just look really pretty and flattering? They're not weighing down my eyes. They just give me a little va-va-voom to amp it up. And when you're wearing a white tee and you're just chilling, but you have this really basic, simple, easy makeup on, tell me this isn't pretty. Alright, now let's go in with the final thing that I've been loving, lips. Now I know most of us, if not all of us, should be wearing our masks outside, right? So we haven't been really doing a lot of lip products. So I haven't been into like heavy lipsticks or liquid lipsticks or whatever, but I still want my lips to look juicy and beautiful. So I fell in love with the Rare Beauty lip balms. These are so pretty. The shade I fell in love with is Thankful. This is just a nudie shade. Now there are also a couple of lip balms from Becca that I fell in love with. Those are more of a sheer lip balm. They have a hint of color, but the Rare Beauty ones have a little bit more color to them, as you can see here. But I've loved the Becca ones as well this year. They're just lightweight, they smell delicious, they smell like mango butter. These also smell nice, but I just love this specific shade. And then I'll go in with a gloss. So this is a recent find. This is from Tower 28. And I decided to try out, what are these called? They're Shine On Lip Jelly Lip Glosses. So this is the shade Cashew. And I love lip gloss. I like a thin lip gloss though. One that feels very watery and liquidy. And this is like the ultimate lightweight liquidy lip gloss, and I'm so glad I tried this out. So I've also tried ones from Lunar Beauty, and I love the Pat McGrath ones for the same reason, but these are definitely the most lightweight while still being glossy and giving me a beautiful sheen. So I love this, and I recently picked up these shades. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna say this, my lips are one of my favorite features. I just love them for my face. I think they balance my face out. They're not too small, they're not too large where, you know, you're gonna get the unwanted attention, because you know when your lips are really pouty how some people look at you. Get out of here, I know what you're thinking. But I just love my lips, and I think this just flatters my lips so much. They look juicy, they look inviting, not for certain things, but you know what I mean? I really love it. So those are the makeup products that have made me feel the prettiest this year, and I really fell in love with some different types of products that I didn't think I would fall in love with, but I really did. And I am so happy with like everything about how this look came together, just how simple it is but still really pretty. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please go ahead and check out Audra again. I bet she's gonna have some great products to give her that glowy skin, because she loves glitter on her face, but her skin is butter. She will say she's the resident old bitch of YouTube, but you cannot tell from her skin. Go check out her channel, click on a couple of videos, and just look at her skin. I can't take it. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave all the products listed down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If those links have an asterisk next to them, that means that they are affiliate links, and I will make a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. If you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop, no muss, no fuss. But if you do use my links, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. It's a great way to show your support, because it doesn't change the retail price. It just gives me a small kickback for you using my links. So thank you again. I truly appreciate it. I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter, where you should be following me along. You know, I don't get crazy. I mean, I get a little crazy, but we have fun over there. And until my next video, which will be very soon, stay pretty and stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.